Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
And we're so excited that you're here tonight.
You specifically.
Just you.
You.
Hope you're having a great night. Katie, how are you?
Great.
Good.
It's warm.
It is warm.
I'm sweaty, which you can see by the sweat on my forehead, but that's okay. I will say that Clocky just said, ooh, pre-show. Where is Mr. Daps dancing a pot of flowers on his head?
I feel like we need a Muppet version of me to do that.
I think that we need...
That would be perfect.
I think that at some point in Geeks Corner time, we should recreate the entire Muppet Vision pre-show.
That'd be funny.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, I'm Rizzo.
Okay.
You would be Sam Eagle.
Oh, really?
In that case. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Got a visit from Mickey Mouse.
Okay. There you go.
Hello.
Oh, because we have to do all the part. I see what you're saying.
Welcome to my park. We have to do all of it.
I got you now.
I feel like I could maybe do Scooter.
Okay. Maybe.
I can't do Gonzo.
I don't know.
My brother is watching?
There you go.
Oh, no!
You're welcome. Just for you.
I have a brother.
Magical surprise.
We were joking yesterday because this happens actually super frequently. I bring up one of my siblings and people go, you have siblings? I thought you were an only child. And I'm like, I give off youngest child energy. Like, there is nothing about me. And I think that you give off oldest child energy. Like, very much so.
It's possible. All right. Well, as we do every week, let's look at what's on Mr. Daps' desk.
A book!
It is a book. This week is How Does the Show Go On by Thomas Schumacher. And he actually gave me this book. So I was looking at it as I've been doing some rearranging in the house and all that fun stuff. And this was from the opening night of Frozen when it came to the Pantages. And he gave us this book.
The third edition.
Yes. And we got to interview him and it was a lot of fun. And it's, I would say, if you know anything about theater, it may not be the most enlightening book in the world. However, if you're more entry level, it's fantastic. And there are some fun things, like they've added augmented reality. You can use your phone with some QR code stuff and interact with it and whatnot. But this was by Thomas Schumacher, and more just reminded me of a really fun night.
Good times.
Speaking of good times, in September, many people, but not all of them, will be enjoying Oogie Boogie Bash at Disney California Adventure. As of about a half an hour ago, I think all ticket sales have been sold, or all tickets have been sold.
What it looks like.
And this was after, well, the Magic Key sales went okay.
Magic Key sales went fine. They went as fine
then
as
the first time they tried to sell them for regular tickets didn't go so fine.
I don't think anybody got tickets.
So they kicked, I think some people did actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think I saw people get them. And then they had to kick it back another week before they said what was actually going to happen. And then that was another week, which is today, that they could actually sell the tickets. And I hope you got your tickets if you wanted them, because they're gone now. But it seems like this thing gets popular and more popular every year.
It's because they have started upping their game. Like, they were already doing such a good job with, like, treat trails and all that stuff. But I think what they realize is people come to events like this because they want to see characters that are very unique, and they want to see characters that are...
So who do you think is going to be the big character this year?
I don't know. I want Ernesto de la Cruz again because I think that would be very fun. I loved him.
Well, here's my question.
year.
Do you think he's coming back, or will he be replaced by the new big?
I hope not.
Because I would almost prefer Madame Mim and Merlin to come back over Ernesto.
I loved Madame, but like, in my opinion, Bruno doesn't have to come back.
I bet he is.
But yeah, so I just loved Ernesto. I loved Ernesto
so who do you want to see this
year? I don't know.
I like Hatbox
Thanos?
Ghost. That's good. Thanos would be cool.
Like using the technology from another thing that we saw last year. Was that last year? Or was that earlier this year?
Well, they were talking last year during Oogie Boogie Bash that next year would be even better.
No. I was saying, oh, then it must have been this year. The thing that we saw on Avengers Campus.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm saying
the thing.
The thing.
As in the Hulk?
Yes.
Okay. It's like the thing's another. That's water.
I was like,
just keep going.
Am I hearing things?
No, but just
I
keep
thought
going.
there was an opossum in the
Because
garage.
they can't hear it. But
sorry, I really thought that we were having a raccoon or an opossum or something like that. But no, if we used the Hulk technology for Thanos, I don't think Kang, because Kang was a day character, like was out. I just don't
think he was into the evening too, though. I saw night pictures of him.
Well, no, but I'm saying like because he was already out.
Oh, because we've already seen him. You want to see somebody completely new. That makes sense.
I want to see something completely different. Like at the DVC event, they're currently having all of the characters from A Bug's Life.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know.
And also, it looks like just about everybody from Tarzan too.
Yeah. What's happening?
Yeah, very cool. They're upping the character game, and I love it.
I just loved that. I was like scrolling, and I was like,
let us know what you think the villain, the big bad, whatever you want to call them, should be at. Wouldn't it be funny if it was something random from like Cars or something? I don't know. Like, I don't know. It just popped into my head.
It's
like
the villain from Cars 2. The one who put, what was he doing? He was putting like gasoline into electric cars or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
He was blowing cars up. That guy.
Yeah, that guy.
I'd be scared.
That guy. You know.
Thank you, Etsy. I also want Ernesto back. Also, I'm really sorry if I'm talking weird. I just, maybe some of you have seen this as well. I just watched a TikTok about crispy R's. So when people say like graham crackers, like and their R's sound really weird, and I
internalized it.
I did internalize it, and I could feel myself do it earlier. So,
this could be fun. Pay attention and count. Somebody count. It'll be great. All right. We will see who comes for Oogie Boogie Bash. Bowler hat guy as a face character. Be cool. We've also learned the food offerings that will be at San Fransokyo Square starting in about a week and a half. And just right off the top of your head, is there anything that jumps out at you that you're like, oh, I really want to try that?
Birria ramen.
Okay.
I'm very excited for. I am excited that our mac and cheese and bread bowls is staying.
I'm kind of looking forward to that curry beef there, actually.
Yeah.
Like, if it's good, like I kind of hope I'd be okay with that.
They obviously could not touch the quesadilla tacos, which makes me happy.
Yep, that's safe.
The food at Lucky Fortune Cookery looks good. Oh, that's where the beef birria ramen is.
Yep.
I don't know how I feel about the Baymax macaron.
I'm sure it'll be great. I mean, it'll be another one.
What I'm excited about, I don't really do anything at Rita's because Rita's is not my jam. There are new cocktails for the land that look very good.
We will see how they are.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I'm also very curious. There's a shrimp patty burger thing.
The shrimp katsu sandwich.
It's panko breaded shrimp patty on a potato bun with cabbage sauce, spicy mayo, and katsu sauce served with garlic chips. Garlic chips sound good also.
No, I don't like the garlic chips. And that might be...
Okay,
don't burn me if you guys love the garlic chips.
Okay.
The garlic chips, I had one time, and the garlic was so strong that I tasted it for like 6 hours.
Okay. Anyway, I think that is one to try because it's so unique in everything that's about it with the shrimp. And
I'm very interested for you to try it.
Okay. I'll try it.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that one sounds interesting, and the curry are the two that are really jumping out at me. I mean, all of them look like they're going to be fine. Those are just the two that really jumped out at me, and a couple of the chicken. Like there was a chicken udon noodle thing I saw that I was like, oh, that looks good too. But
Clocky's right. San Fransokyo is going to be a food destination.
Which my one question on that is, there going to be enough seating?
No.
That is the one concern I have, is because it's already a hard place to find a seat, and so I hope there's stuff you can walk in and eat with, because that will hopefully make it easy. Because definitely Lucky Fortune can't walk and eat.
No.
Actually, none of that you can really walk and eat with, as I'm thinking about it.
I can't walk and eat soup. But I take my food from there and I go eat it somewhere else. I'm not going to tell you where. I don't care if it's obvious where I take it. I'm not going to tell
There's
you
a couple
where,
places we go. So
but I
yeah.
take it somewhere else. So
Anyway, let us know what you're looking forward to in the comments, anyway, let us know what you're looking forward to in the comments, because there is plenty to try and to enjoy. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun
we
to
will
see.
not be getting the Baymax zipper. So if you guys want that, like go for it. We will not be in line ahead of you. No, we will not.
But you can mobile order it.
In theory.
I think you can.
I know, but it's the same way that you could sometimes order other popcorn buckets, but you still end up waiting.
I'm hoping not. I'm just gonna choose to think you can mobile order and walk up and get it.
Okay.
All right, let's move on from here to Epcot. And at Epcot, let's talk about Muppets.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Mr. Daps. Thank you, Mr. Daps. Thanks, man. Thanks, Mr. Daps. Thank you, Mr. Daps. Thanks, man.
I just like any chance I get to play that video. So you're gonna be stuck with that for like the next 40 years. Who knows?
Until we interview Kermit.
No, even then, it'll still be going because this was the first. So it will be great. We learned this week for the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival that Dr. Bunsen Honeydew and Beaker will be experimenting with delicious flavors at Brew Wing Lab in the Odyssey. And this promises to be a, quote, flavorful adventure featuring the culinary creations and madcap mishaps that could, unquote, could only be created by Muppet Labs. So we're going to get out of this the unnecessary, spicy, yet extremely tasty Scotch bonnet pepper curry wings, and also a pickle milkshake. I'm curious. One, what do you think of this concept for Muppet Labs taking over the brewing lab?
Amazing.
And two, what do you think about the food?
The Odyssey to me always feels like a missed opportunity.
Okay.
I was just there for Flower and Garden, and it was just a fancy shop.
True. I mean, when I was there last, they were having a band, like a really small trio or something playing there.
Really?
Yeah. And it was just a restaurant. Like you could get snacks or whatever. And
for people unfamiliar, Odyssey used to be the Epcot experience. I honestly
and that was super cool.
Don't remember what it was before that. Probably nothing.
It was a restaurant at one point, wasn't it?
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's near First Aid.
Okay.
From a reference. I'm just super excited. One, you will never hear me complain about Muppets in the parks.
Mm-hmm.
Always more Muppets in the parks.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Muppets, especially Bunsen and Beaker, because I love them. I'm super excited. I want a pickle milkshake as far away from me as it could possibly get.
So you wouldn't try it?
No.
I would try it.
Of course you would.
I mean, you got to try it once.
No, I don't have to. Actually.
Why not?
That's funny.
So here's what's going to be there.
Okay.
You have peanut butter and jelly sticky wings, which I've heard of those before. So that's fine. Garlic Parmesan wings. Fine. No? I think garlic Parmesan wings sounds amazing.
I don't care for Parmesan wings.
Orange cardamom wings. Traditional buffalo wings with celery and ranch. So that's what everybody has.
Sure.
Then there's the Impossible Buffalo chicken tenders with plant-based blue cheese, plant-based ranch, and celery.
Okay.
Also plant-based. Then there's the unnecessary spicy yet extremely tasty Scotch bonnet pepper curry wings with cool cucumber yogurt. Say that fast 5 times.
I cannot.
Then there's the buffalo Brussels sprouts with plant-based blue cheese and plant-based ranch.
I'd be interested
which that
to
one
try
sounds
buffalo
good.
Brussels sprouts.
And then there's drinks.
Okay.
So we got to hit these two. There's frozen fusion, which is Twinings pomegranate and raspberry herbal tea fused with orange ice cream molecules.
Sure.
I wonder if that's be like a boba thing or something. Then there's a pickle milkshake. We already said that.
No.
Sun King Brewing.
I'm like a lager.
Caprina lager.
An IPA.
An IPA.
A
Yeah.
porter.
There we go. Beer Flight.
A hard cider.
Hard cider.
Tropicolada hard cider.
Okay, so everything else is stuff you can get elsewhere around the world.
Mm-hmm.
So now that you've seen the entire menu, would you eat there?
I'd like to try the Brussels sprouts.
I would like to try literally everything on that menu just to support the Muppets.
Okay. I don't think I want to try the Muppets spicy thing.
the long
Mainly because
title.
if they're calling it unnecessarily spicy, I know frequently we go, oh, if
It would
Disney's
make such a great video, though.
if we're like, oh, if Disney's saying it's spicy, it's not that bad. Ha ha ha. I almost died eating spicy food at Disneyland within the last year. Okay. I'm scared.
That was exciting.
We ate the ghost pepper
I've had it
nachos
twice where I've been.
at Lamplight. Oh yeah, and you had the Szechuan chicken that one
the
time.
Szechuan chicken once almost. And then we had a friend who was really good at spicy, and I was like, "You try it." And she's like, "Yep, that's spicy."
Yeah. So,
True.
yeah, I'm very scared of them calling it like unnecessarily spicy because I'm like, oh no.
But then it's like it's Muppets, so are they making like a pun and they're just kind of making up like it's not really unnecessarily spicy, or is it really not that spicy and it's unnecessary?
Also, I see all the chat, the murmurs in the chat. I know they really did do plant-based celery. It's crazy.
I know.
It's crazy what they can do these days.
And yes, ghost pepper is no joke.
But I thought they were.
I thought they're going to Disneyfy it a little bit.
They already have
and we did finish it though.
Other ghost pepper things that are like, oh, okay.
We
Like
can do this.
there were things that weren't that bad that were ghost peppers. We were like, oh, ghost pepper nachos, easy. I was ill for days.
So here's the real question. You have all the food. Great, whatever. The important part is, are we going to see Bunsen and Beaker in some form?
Absolutely.
Maybe on a video, maybe in person. Are they going to be there? And if so, what would be the best way to do that? Because you recognize this goes on for months on end. So it has to be replicated on a daily basis.
There may be a video
Okay.
that they can project because it was EPCOT experience. We know they have the capability to project on those walls and everything.
Well, those are gone now, but
the projectors?
yeah.
Okay.
All of that was taken out when I was there. I have read that Mobile Labs is not what they're using, but we'll see.
But I was going to say, we know the technology exists for them to put the Muppets in EPCOT daily because Muppet Mobile Lab existed. So we could be surprised. There could be
a new surprise.
If there is anything even remotely similar to great moments in Muppet history, I am buying a plane ticket. I'm not booking a hotel room. No. I will buy a plane ticket, put on a little backpack. I will be on the first flight to Florida.
That would be pretty amazing.
Like,
but realistically, what do you think it's going to be?
As some people know, Beaker is my favorite Muppet. So.
But realistically, what do you think it's going to be?
I already told you realistically, and you crushed it. So.
Okay. We'll see.
That was my realistic.
Okay. We will see. I'm just
The
thinking.
heat's making me spicy. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm just thinking if it's open from open to close, the way I would do it is have multiple videos throughout the day of them introducing different things or with segments, almost a Muppet Vision entrance kind of thing.
Okay.
As opposed to, like, it'd be cool if they did it like they had at D23 with the Zootopia characters, where there was random moments that they came out throughout the day. I just don't know if they will. Like, it'll be interesting to see. Okay.
Yeah.
We will find out
Thank you.
Just about a week and a half. Everything's in a week and a half. It's crazy.
A minute and a half.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, I have to do it.
It is true. I can't believe. What if we made pickle milkshakes?
Can you stop saying pickle milkshakes? Like, I'm not even kidding. Can you stop saying it?
No,
it's gross.
I'm very intrigued by it. We made pickles out, and so
I know.
Like, what if we added the pickles we made, or the pickle juice from the pickles we made?
It'd have to be your pickle, not my pickle, because my pickles were spicy.
But if you added that to like vanilla ice cream, maybe it would balance it out.
But if you blend a pickle.
Okay, maybe not the pickle, just
I was trying to say the juice, but then you said, we could take our pickles. And I'm like, don't blend the pickle. I don't do Bloody Marys, Taryn. I'm so sorry. That sounds like a great idea. Yeah, we do still have pickles. We were supposed to eat them on the 4th of July.
I am curious if it would balance it out. Like, I almost wonder if mine would end up being boring because it is more herbal, and yours would be the one that would actually be better. This could be a thing. And this could be a thing because it's 1,000,000 degrees in here, and right now any milkshake sounds good to me.
I'm sweating so badly.
Yeah, let's make a pickle milkshake.
So unpleasant.
Maybe next week. Let's find a milkshake, a pickle milkshake recipe, and we'll use the
No!
juice from our pickles. You don't have to drink the whole thing. Tell you what, here's how we're gonna decide this.
Why are you reasoning with me like you're a parent trying to get a
No,
toddler
I'm
to eat
reasoning with
something?
our viewers. So if each of us get $250 more towards our chalk donations, so if you go to chalkwalk.org/dapsmagic, and each of us, you don't have to give it yourself, just find people to give us an extra $250. We will each make a pickle milkshake. Katie will make hers. I will make
I'll drink the
mine
whole
next
thing.
week. No, you don't even have to drink the whole thing
No.
because I want to drink part of yours too. Like we need to share.
Well, I'm saying that
But we will drink the whole thing on the show next. Yeah, let's say next week.
I was saying that if we're putting money towards children,
Yeah,
then yes, I will.
so
I
that's
will
what
bear
we're
it.
gonna do. We're gonna do so $250 each, and mine's chalkwalk.org/Mr. Daps. What's yours?
No idea. Go to chalkwalk.org/dapsmagic and then find me.
Okay, we will.
I don't know.
We will put it in the show notes. We will tweet it out. $250 each, so that's $500 total towards chalk, and we will make pickle milkshakes next week. So you have till about, well, probably Monday night at midnight because we're going to need a little bit of time to make them on Tuesday. So I think it's a good idea. Don't you think it's a great idea? It's for the children.
It's for the children.
The children love the books. All right. We got a new Ahsoka trailer. It was today. It's what, a minute and a half of awesome?
It's like 2 minutes.
2 minutes of awesome. What did you think of this new trailer?
I feel like I need to see Rebels.
I feel like you do too.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
It was really funny because there was parts. If you were at Star Wars,
you could watch Rebels while drinking a pickle milkshake
you could mind your own business.
because you raised money for. Oh, you don't want to raise money for the kids.
Oh, so that's what we're doing. Okay, interesting. Now, any attempt I say to dispel the pickle milkshake, you will say, "Oh, so you don't care about the children."
It's all about kids. Yeah,
got it.
It's not the flavor. I fully expect both of them to be terrible. Like just complete.
A great start.
Like well, if we start low and they're not quite terrible, then it's a step up. It'll be great.
Sure.
Anyway, Ahsoka.
What was I even saying? If you were at Star Wars Celebration, much like I was, there was things in this trailer that we finally saw.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that's the thing. That's the thing I saw, which is now like a year and a half later.
Yeah.
Which was funny because in the moment when I was trying to explain it to you and you were like, you shouldn't have been in that panel, I should have. And I was like, tee I saw Star Wars.
It's true.
But I saw the Mando trailer there, so that was fine.
That was cool.
But yes, it's exciting to see that. I know the characters' names. Like, it's not like I don't know who they are. I know that it's
Which
Hera.
is great. Like
I know
you're on
it's
a roll.
Sabine. I know Sabine Wren, voiced by Tia Serkar, who is also real Eleanor in The Good Place.
Mm-hmm.
Who I love Tia Serkar. And then obviously Ahsoka.
And she has a really good role, I guess you could say, just in this trailer alone.
Sabine Wren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was I liked watching just what we got to see of her and what her character is going to be. And it's a very interesting path moving forward. And it makes me almost wonder with different things that we're seeing set up here and maybe a Lego set or two. I'm wondering if they're already building for a connection for the Rey movie.
Oh.
That comes out in however many years.
But yeah, actually this trailer really made me want to watch Rebels because I found their dynamic so interesting. I also just think Hera looks really cool. So.
And Rebels is really good. Like I very much enjoyed Rebels.
Repeatedly.
Yeah.
Also, like, I know Ezra was in there, but I kept being like, besides the key players, I kept kind of like glancing around, like, is there anybody else in here I'm supposed to know? Am I supposed to know these people?
Can we just say Thrawn looks amazing?
Thrawn looks so cool. Thrawn looks scary.
Which he is.
Which Thrawn is scary.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see where this goes. And I think there's a lot of fun that's going to be had. I am curious because currently it's only a 1-season show. And I'm curious like where the end of this season ends like where do things go next? Because we already know there's another season of Mando coming, and that's cool. But is there going to be another season of Ahsoka that kind of is leading everything in the right direction to get to this movie that Dave Filoni's making or directing? Mm-hmm. You don't want the Dave Filoni movie?
I do want Dave Filoni. I don't want Worcestershire sauce in my pickle milkshake.
Oh, okay, if it helps though. There you go. But I am curious to see what are the next steps and what actually happens, what doesn't happen as things move forward and the Walt Disney Company changes, it feels like, on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And
if I've said it once, I've said it a million times, but I'm always going to say it because I feel like if anybody else feels the way that I do, it's going to help. And I feel like the more we say it, maybe we can eventually kill it. I still don't exactly feel like I like Star Wars because I have been told for so long that things aren't for me or that I am not enough of a fan of Star Wars.
We need Ashley on the show.
Yes, we do.
Because I feel like you and Ashley need to have a talk.
But lightsaber tattoo, Millennium Falcon tattoo, Princess Leia tattoo. I'm literally wearing a Star Wars shirt at Galactic Surplus. Go check him out because he's a really great person.
It's very good.
Star Wars Starbucks shirt. Currently, I love Star Wars, but so frequently I have been told I'm not a good enough fan. I've had people try to quiz me when they see my tattoos. They're like, "Oh, you clearly don't know enough," and I'm like, so much of that
here's my question for you.
Turned me off from the Star Wars fandom that it sometimes gets very overwhelming.
So, I've run a Disney website since 2004.
Okay. No way.
I wear glasses, which immediately people seem to think you're smarter than you are if you wear glasses. I don't know. I wear a hat. I wear a bow tie. What do I do every time someone starts quizzing me on Star Wars?
I don't know. I don't know that I've seen that happen.
You have seen it. And the response is so lackluster because I will just stare at you and wait for you to be done. Because I am so not into the gatekeeping and the one-upping of any fans. I mean, it can be Disney, it can be Star Wars. I can remember very early on, I got asked a million where are the hidden Mickey things. When you start a Disney fan site, that's what they want. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do this. I don't want to be known for the Disney fan site. Like, at the end of the day, I'm a leadership guy. I know how leadership works. I study leadership. I like looking at the leadership of the Walt Disney Company. I like looking at the history of how the structure of the company has grown and ebbed. I like looking at these really random parts of the Walt Disney Company. Do I actually care where hidden Mickey is in Mickey's Toontown, which he's everywhere?
Where were the golden Mickeys during the 50th, Mr. Daps?
Right, which I did know where most of those were, and probably all of them. But like, I'm not into the game of let's quiz each other and show each other who's best, because at the end of the day, there's always someone better. At the end of the day, there's always someone that's going to beat the person that's better. And that doesn't mean you're actually a better fan or person in any other way. And so I think people just need to get over it. Like, you like it? Great. Do you enjoy watching it? Great. Do you have to know everything about it? No.
To go into the chat, I've seen it happen on Twitter many times. Jar Jar Binks is Itzy's favorite character. She regularly gets torn apart for it. Meanwhile, I'm like, silly Jar Jar Binks memes. These are fun. Also, I have stickers of 10 different Max Rebo albums. So, because somebody at... What shirt was I wearing? I was wearing something at Star Wars Celebration, and somebody thought I was wearing a Max Rebo shirt. And so they... it was my Princess Leia shirt, also by Galactic Surplus. My Princess Leia giving the message to R2-D2. They thought it was Max Rebo shirts. They gave me 10 Max Rebo stickers that are a play on pop albums. There's like Max Rebo's Red. It's called it might be called Rebo or something. But yes, I have 10 different stickers. So name 10 different Max Rebo albums.
I'll go look at my stickers.
But at the end of the day, Star Wars is supposed to be fun. Star Wars is a silly little space thing. Like, it is a space opera. It is cheesy. It is corny. It is
but not
campy.
Little. It's huge.
It's galactic.
It's John Williams music.
But
And welcome to Geeks Corner Plus, by the way.
welcome to Geeks Corner Plus. Yeah, I don't know. That's just something I struggle with Star Wars all the time.
And I think it's fair to say people struggle with that with Disney, with Star Trek, with Star Wars, with Marvel. I would actually say Marvel is where I get hit on that more than anywhere else, because you go into Avengers Campus or whatever, and you go with a friend, and they're always like, "Well, did you know this?" And
well, then there's this detail,
and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool," but did you know it? Like, yeah, I think I read it somewhere once.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, and at the end of the day, I think it's okay to just enjoy things and not have to be the absolute best at everything. Like, be the best you can be, and then enjoy everything else. Like that, I think is a great place to start. Right? So we are in Geeks Corner Plus now. If you have any questions that you would like us to respond to, we would love to look at the chat and do that right now. And for the record, Jar Jar Binks is amazing.
Yeah.
And if you have a problem with that, you can come on the show and I will interview you and show you why you're wrong.
Did you know Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps?
Yes.
I just said that recently about something.
I know, I was there.
Yeah, I can't remember what I said it about.
Either.
But I literally did the whole Tony Stark built this in a cave. Thank you, Obadiah Stane.
Who reminds me of Alonzo Hawk, who reminds me of a certain former Disney CEO.
Disgraced.
We won't say that, but
yeah, I don't know. Star Wars is just something that I've always had the hardest time with, especially after getting tattoos. And I think what people hate, and I find this hilarious, people hate that I just saw A New Hope and I went, oh, Millennium Falcon, cool, and got a tattoo. I think people hate that. And that's fine.
But that's exactly how it should be, though. Is like, hey, I thought this was cool, so I acted on it. Like,
this one's even worse because this just meant I had $50 at a Star Wars convention. I got a tattoo. That's what this one means. I literally went, ooh, lightsaber.
But here's the thing. The world has changed off of people thinking, hey, this thing is cool, and then acting on it in one way or the other. Like, Daps was started because, like, hey, you know what? Disney is cool, and we want to start something different than what's out there. And so, what is it, 19 years later? Here we are getting to geek out with all of you because of that. And that's just a fun thing that happened that we would like to think makes the world a more positive and better place. Because somebody, in this case me, thought Disney was cool, starting with Pirates of the Caribbean 19 years ago.
True.
Yeah.
I don't think I've listened to this week's Smart List podcast with Tom Holland. I think I have heard excerpts if it's the same thing I'm thinking of.
I've been hearing some really good things about it. Or I've seen some on social media.
Specifically, I heard the part where he talks about his journey to sobriety, which I thought was really rad. And the more I hear Tom Holland speak, the more that I just genuinely enjoy him as a person. I think that he takes his celebrity and wants to do positive things with it, much like what we were just saying.
And I hope more people keep doing that. Like, I think that's a great thing to do. And I think that's why I also like Rogers the Musical so much. It's like the little guy just trying to do the best with what he's got.
My first Star Wars exposure was solely through Muppet Babies. I did not know that there was any Star Wars and Muppet Babies. That's incredible.
You're going to go look that up after this.
Yes, I sure am. That makes me happy.
I'm trying to think where I think my first Star Wars exposure was when it was on network TV, and we watched it with my parents in Minnesota, because it was finally, like, it was kind of in that era where it wasn't really accessible. Like, it was already out of theaters because it was late 80s, early 90s, and you couldn't really go out and just buy the VHS yet. And so it was like, oh, it's on TV, which is actually how Star Trek was introduced to me too, is because it was on TV. But
my first exposure to Star Wars, since that's the game we're playing, so I think it's very fun.
This is a fun game.
As most of you know, the first time I was on Geeks Corner, I had never seen Star Wars before.
We fixed it.
We did. We fixed it shortly after. It was I think like just after my 19th birthday or something like that. We watched Star Wars for the first time. And then because The Force Awakens was coming out, I needed to catch up. Force Awakens, which, if we really want to get into Star Wars gatekeeping, is my favorite Star Wars movie. Which
I will admit, we get comments on our Force Awakens trailer all the time, and most of them are not positive.
No.
And I have the hardest time not replying of like, some people like this, and other people don't like the things that you like. Get over it.
But that, I think part of it is the reason why it's my favorite movie, and I'm so sorry, guys, to bring this up every week. In Brett Goldstein's Films to Be Buried With, one of the questions he asks is, what is one of your favorite movies, not because of the movie itself, but because of the experience you had seeing the movie? And to me, I think that is why Force Awakens is my favorite. It was the first Star Wars movie I had seen in theaters. It was the beginning of a new trilogy. Everyone was so exciting. The Garbage Will Do is one of my favorite theatrical moments I've ever had, because everyone just starts cheering.
Yeah. It was fun.
Like, to me, I think that's why it's my favorite Star Wars movie, is because the memories it brings back.
Well, I think you bring up a good point, is people, when they saw Force Awakens the first time, geeked out.
Yeah.
It wasn't until they went home and they decided to start thinking about it and nitpicking on it that they really started shredding it to pieces. And I think that happens a lot, is people enjoy things in the moment, or they're too busy focusing on what's wrong or looking for things that are wrong, that they miss out on that joy that you could have the first time through on things like that. Whether it's this, whether it's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which I absolutely loved.
It's a great movie.
Like, it was a blast. And like, if you just go in and enjoy it, that's what movies are for. They're for entertaining us, especially if they're sci-fi and a little bit out there, like Star Wars, Star Trek, which is hopeful, so that does inspire, and Indiana Jones. Like, they're not meant to be Oscar-winning stuff that half the time I don't want to watch the Oscar ones anyway, because I don't walk away feeling better about myself.
The Empire Strikes Back in theaters.
That is awesome. That's such a good start.
My dad took me to The Phantom Menace. Oh, wow. I
will say I like every Star Wars movie that is out there. Like, I may have been on the fence with some of them the first time I saw them, but through repeated watches through the years, I'm like, I actually like all of them and enjoy all the soundtracks for them too. Like, I have ones that I would rate higher than the others, but in hindsight, I'm like, nope, I enjoyed them all.
I think Attack of the Clones is one of the best Star Wars soundtracks.
It's very good.
But also, if we're gonna go first, like, conscious memory of Star Wars, when I was in the 3rd grade, one of my friends, who actually owns a clothing brand that's really rad, at Sleepy Peach Clothing, Eric's a cool dude.
Okay, Wind of the Magic Winds. Sorry. That is the coolest thing ever. Like, if we could give you a badge right now, we would, because that's awesome.
True fan!
Opening day, 1977. And
yeah.
Andy's not gatekeeping.
Where were you opening day in 1977?
Nowhere.
Where was I opening day in 1977? No, my friend did he lip synced to the Weird Al.
Oh yeah.
Bye Bye Miss American Pie, as dressed as Anakin Skywalker, because when I was in 3rd grade, it was about the time the prequels were coming out.
Itzy's was Force Awakens too. Fun. Anyway, keep telling your story.
That's okay.
I do miss the old long lines of waiting to see a
Midnight
movie at midnight.
Yeah. I miss when movies were, I mean, I don't.
So you finish your story real quick.
Oh, that was the end of my story.
Oh, okay.
I don't miss when movies were at midnight, because I like sleeping, but I also do miss, my, this here Anakin guy. Yeah.
Nice.
So I think about that frequently. And then we ended up working together many years later. And I was like, do you remember that? And he was very much like, why did you just bring that up to me? So
there you go. All right. Running out of time. What should we do?
You should go to dapsmagic.com, check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens, subscribe to our mailing list, find our Patreon, where there are very cute things on there
happening
currently.
In the next couple of weeks. An announcement coming. All right. You won't want to miss that. You also won't want to miss subscribing to our YouTube channel. We've got a ton of videos going up from in the parks and beyond, and I think they're all great, along with Egon's Disney This Day. You've also got Geeks Corner and Influencing Magic. You don't want to miss any of those. But that is all the time we have for you this week, so we will see you around the corner.
Bye.